Hey you guys, Heidi ho. So I just want to do a really quick video in response to a question on Facebook by a young lady by the name of Arkaidy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But she was asking about removing the bus heaters, and I've already got mine out. I probably should have done a video when I did it, so I could show you guys the whole process, but it's pretty straightforward. And we have, our bus is a 99 Amtrak, so the driver's seat goes here where I'm sitting, and there's the airline for the air seat. And in our bus there's a heater. Where's my finger? Way over there by the driver's door. And then there's also this one here, and I've taken all these panels apart. This is a extension cord I got coming in here. But if you look up under here, these two hoses come in from the engine compartment. And there's valves in the engine compartment where you can shut them off, and there's also one here, I don't know if you can see the handle, to shut the flow of hot water off so you can have some heat coming in if it's cold. We also have a vent on the outside of the bus, and supposedly you can open that. It's all rusted and stuff down there, so I've got to take all this apart so I can get that working to open that vent and let fresh air in if it's warm out. And then there's this this is called a heat exchanger or a coil, and I need to get things blocked off there so I can pull this out and clean it, because it's really filthy. It's got 20 years of crap built up on it. This fan right there goes up and it blows hot air onto the defroster for the windshield. You have to have that. A million people will make that comment, and if you say anything about removing the bus heaters, you got to have the defroster. There's a law about it, and you ought to be able to see to drive. So there's a little vent that, when the panel comes on here, there's a little vent down here under the driver's seat that lets air in, and it has a little filter thing. And these fans, this one and this one, pull air in that vent up through this coil, and the hot water circulates through here, and so the air gets hot and it comes out. This one goes to the defroster, and this one splits the air. Right down in here there's you can see this channel. The air blows this away, and half of the air from this fan comes out a hole right here. It's pretty dirty and rusty and nasty. I got to clean everything up here. And we're going to build a wall here across behind the driver's seat of the bus. So on this side of that wall, I'll have like a regular furnace vent for this air to come out, and that will heat the rest of the bus while I'm driving. The key is not to be where it's cold, right? Now, where this splits, the other half of the air comes up across, and all the panel and everything goes on here to seal it. It goes into this tube and out a little vent by the driver's seat to keep your feet warm. Okay, so you can see the bus heaters usually have a fitting that kind of looks like this. Okay, and it's really easy to pull them apart and just undo those clamps on there. And I would suggest putting the bus heaters up on a table so you can get a bucket under there, because a lot of antifreeze is going to come out. Don't leave that antifreeze where a dog or a cat could get to it, because it's deadly poison for them. Floor has a little noise when I kneel on it. Alright, so I disconnected all the hoses, and I bought these fittings. Right here. And on our bus, that's 1 inch. And they're called barbed fittings, not ribs. They're called barbs, like on a fish hook. And I cut a little piece of hose off and put it in there so that the water can come in one hose, go through this heat exchanger radiator, out, across like that, and back to the engine. So it always circulates that way, I guess, and will keep the water hot from the engine on this deal here. So I hope that helps you, young lady. You can buy these fittings online for about $3.50 or $4. They're really cheap. You can get them at Home Depot, all kinds of places. Look in, since you're in, I think I saw you're in Montana, look in Home Depot at the lawn sprinkler, irrigation plumbing section. That's where you're going to find these. Okay? And you just clamp them on really tight so they don't leak, and you're all set. This is all going to be inside that wall, so you won't even see it. Okay, just a quickie. Bye.